doing a vlog from my car. I'm not going to look at you because I'm looking at the road. But I just left. If I'm talking loud, like whatever, I don't know what the audio is like in the car. I just left Newton Wellesley because I had my 11th Lupron. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm trying to be all like positive today and have like control over whatever I can. Usually the Lupron's not really a big deal. Like the shot itself isn't really that big a deal. It's just like a flu shot. You just get like a sore arm. She was actually very gentle today. I didn't really, it didn't really hurt a lot when she put it in. Yeah, a lot of people get Lupron in their butts. But I didn't even know that was a thing when I first started getting the Lupron. Anyway, so positive things. I'm trying to think of positive things with this whole friggin' process. So when I went into the infusion center, I'm supposed to go left because that's like my room. I go left. That's my room. It's a little teeny room. There's little like a chair and like a table or a chair and her little computer stuff and a chair for the nurse and like that's it. But instead they take me to the right and I'm like, what the fuck did I do wrong now? Why am I going to the right? And today it's like 3:00 right now, or it's probably later than that. But my appointment was at 2:45. I always have had my Lupron in the morning. I've never gone in the afternoon. And I had heard that they reserve time in the infusion center in the afternoon for the chemo patients. So I kind of was, prepared for going in, seeing a lot of people going for chemo. Last time I went there, I had my Ximena infusion with the Lupron at the same time. And there were a lot of people in the waiting room. So, like, as I went in today, those people that would have been in the waiting room were all sitting in seats in the infusion center. And I have never seen the infusion center so busy before. You can't tell it's busy. It's just that people are sitting in the chairs. So it's freaky. But a perk, okay, I do a non-perk and then I do a perk. Like, my non-perk focus on positive. All right. The perk is that when you go to the cancer center, you don't walk in the actual hospital. You turn right. You turn right into a different building. So you're not actually in the hospital. You're just in the cancer center. But when you go to the cancer center, you get $4 validated parking, which is pretty cool. Valet parking, which is pretty cool. Because I hit traffic. It's like rush hour here. There's like I'm not going to show you because you're where you are and I'm not like touching anything. But the other side of traffic right now is like bumper to bumper traffic. Anyway, so I got there at like 2:42 and I'm wearing heels today. I'm wearing heels. I took a picture of me with my heels that I'll put up on Facebook or something. Because, like, control what you can. You would think that heels would actually not be, why am I not thinking of the word? Oh my gosh. Practical. Thank you. It would not be a practical thing to wear, especially because of all, like, my foot issues. But the whole point with tendonitis is that if your foot is flat, that's no good. So, like, it hurts. So with me having a heel on, it actually doesn't hurt my Achilles, like, at all. So while I walk a little more slowly so I don't like trip and fall on my ass, I can wear heels and it's not uncomfortable. And I like wearing heels because I like to be taller than I am, even though I'm already pretty tall. So I guess perk is that I don't have to find a parking spot. I can just pull up and be like, yep, I'm going over there. And they valet my car and I even know the guy who, like, does the valet tickets, because I'm there at least every month for the Lupron, but then other appointments, too. So you get $4 parking, which is pretty nice. Like, not a lot of places in the Boston area where you can get, like, $4 parking, no matter how long you're there for. And it's valet, so it's easy. So I go in the cancer center, and like I said, I turn right, which is not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be going left. And I wore this dress today, which is like a pre-cancer dress, which sounds even weird to say. But it has elastic, and it goes down to my ankles pretty much. And I don't have to wear a bra with it, which is nice. So the girls are just like doing their thing and hanging. Not low because they're implants. I guess that's the perk too. I don't have saggy boobs anymore, you know. Positivity. And it was funny because this morning after I got out of the shower, my scars were like so light. There's the outermost part of my left breast, like I can hardly see the scar at all, which is kind of nice. It's gonna obviously come back because when I have plastics fix my left boob, like it's gonna obviously have a scar from when he goes in there, but like whatever, it's fine. I'm in no rush. Yeah, so perks. So, and what you can control. So I purposely, like I showered this morning, I did my hair all like curly like, I don't know how nice it looks from your end, but it looks good up here. And I put makeup on, I even put eyeshadow on, I put lipstick on, I filled in my eyebrows so they're darker than usual. Things that I don't normally do. Because I have control over those things. And as I was driving in, this Olivia Newton-John thing, she passed away a couple days ago. She had breast cancer, I feel like it was like 30 years ago, and it spread to her shoulder, I believe, and then her, like her back, I think, her sacrum. But that was over a very long period of time. So she lived with, like, after diagnosis for like 30 years. And she's just a very, like, upbeat person. And, like, as a kid who grew up pretty much in the 80s, like, she was very iconic. I was never a fan of Grease. I'm not a fan of John Travolta. No offense if he's watching. It has nothing to do with Scientology. I had a weird dream when I was a kid that John Travolta married my mom. It was very odd. So I haven't liked John Travolta since then because my mom was married at the time. Anyway, so as I was driving into the hospital today and I was stuck in traffic, you know, I was thinking, like, the Lupron out of all the things really isn't a big deal for me anymore. Like, the perk, I guess, of the Lupron is I don't get my periods anymore. That's the whole point of the Lupron. I'm on my 11th injection, so I haven't had my period in just about a year, which is what's supposed to happen. Like, it's supposed to push you into menopause. I won't go through all the negative things about what happens to your body when you're pushed into menopause that fast, because all of a sudden I have this body I don't recognize, and it makes me mad. And not going there, because that's negative. All right, positive. Positive is that, you know, it's 2022 right now, and I don't know when Lupron was invented, or tamoxifen, or Zamida, or any of that stuff. But as much as I hate the side effects for stuff, like, you have to have some gratitude that these things exist. Because they exist to you know, obviously keep the cancer away and have you live, like, a long life. There's some tweaks because of the side effects, clearly. But, you know, if I think about, like, maybe 40 years ago, I don't even know, maybe there was no Lupron. And then what would women do? They just have their ovaries removed instead? Like, that's pretty invasive, you know? And what if you had someone who was young? Like, you know, it impacts me differently because I've already had kids and stuff. Anyway, so this guy is going so slow. For some weird reason, my neck is sore. But positivity. So yeah, I'm grateful that there are things like tamoxifen and Lupron and Zamida and all those things. Even though it's trying to stick with positive, I'm thankful that those things are there because they are what's keeping the cancer away. And they're helping me. I can't remember who it was that I spoke to, but somebody said, like a doctor, said that, you know, you have to think about being grateful for treatment because the treatments are like what's keeping you here. even when it's like chemo and stuff, which is like, you know, they're putting poison basically in your body, but the end result is like, you know, it's there to help you. So while you do have all these negative things associated with it, it's there to help you. So reframing the way that you're thinking. So I go in and, the $4 parking, I turn right, and I'm like, what did I do wrong that I'm turning right? And she put me in this little room, bigger than the one I usually go into, but it was like a room with 2 infusion chairs. I'm like, oh, is this where couples go for like couples cancer treatment? Like, is that a thing? You know, like when you go to the spa for like a couples massage and there's like 2 tables, and this is a room that was just for like 2 people going through infusions. And I'm like, and I go sit down, and I'm like, I don't want to sit in the comfy chair because like I'm gonna be in and out. The Lupron's really fast. Like, she puts it in, and I'm on my way. And she's like, so how are you? And I'm like, what? Like, are we engaging in conversation?
Incoming call. Press the pickup button to answer.
Can I still do this?